Chatelet brothers and sisters. This video is about how I think education should be structured, and I will start with two recent studies showing the institutional rot of our academies of higher learning. Recently, the Canadian Parliament passed Motion 103, condemning Islamophobia. This motion is a monstrous idea, and most Canadians are, quite rightly, opposed to it. One group is in majority favor of Motion 103, millennials with 4 or more years of post-secondary education. These people are in favor of what is basically a freedom-killing blasphemy law. I suspect if the same highly educated millennials were asked to support an anti-Christianophobia law, if there's such a thing, they would be against it. Their worldview seems to be a mismatched garbage of identity politics and Marxism. Somehow going to university for 4 or more years turns you into a freedom-denying threat to the very civilization you live in. Another survey of note is that post-election, the people most likely not to accept Donald Trump as their president are college and university-educated white women. And they were the most likely to end a relationship over a political disagreement. Somehow acquiring what is thought of as knowledge for 4 or more years turns white women into intolerant bigots. That's money well spent. There are hundreds of examples of speakers being no-platformed, such as feminist Germaine Greer in England for her views on transsexual women. There are dozens of examples of speeches being disrupted or cancelled due to threats, such as Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson. And now there are examples of real violence. A protester was shot at the University of Washington at a Milo event. And you have probably heard of the riots at Berkeley that shut down his speech there. Something about a truth-talking, dangerous faggot seems to set the social justice set-off particularly hard. I am jealous of the weight these people give his words. They talk of him killing trans people with his words and such. This may be an unpopular opinion on the alt-right, but I think we need more of Milo in the future. Attacking a gay Jewish coal burner as a white supremacist Nazi is the cognitive dissonance I think we need to get through to normies. The alt-right now even has a symbol of worldwide resistance in the quest for the He Will Not Divide Us flag, and a symbol of violent resistance in base stickman. But I digress. Back to the universities. It is clear to me, and I hope it is to you, that whatever the cause of the university's malaise, cultural Marxism, the influence of the Frankfurt School, whatever the cause of this dysfunction in our universities, it must change. The system now hurts more than it helps and must experience a cleansing fire. Whatever the reason for the rot, the answer is simple. If true justice comes to power, a complete purge of all tenured professors will occur. Professors will be hired for 12-year terms. During these 12 years, a professor cannot be fired unless they commit a real crime. The present system of tenure seems to make professorial candidates either shut up about their opinions for the 8 years it takes to get tenured, or conform to the ideology that is already in place. Far from providing freedom for professors to speak their opinion, the modern system of tenure selects candidates that either conform to the liberal echo chamber or stay silent with their opposition. These new professors will be tested for their ideology. If they do not accept the new ideology of Ontario universities, they will not be able to get a job there. Many thanks to Gad Saad for his list on how post-secondary education should change. I have amended it with a couple. There will be no language police. Speech codes will be eliminated. There will be no thought police. Political correctness will be eliminated by changing codes of behavior. Universities will have intellectual diversity. They will not be a leftist echo chamber. We will bring back a dignity culture. One where sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me, and get rid of the victim culture and its identity politics and perpetual victimhood. No more microaggressions, no trigger warnings, no safe spaces, no cultural appropriation, no forbidden knowledge. Gender is not a social construct, but a biological fact. Speaking the truth will be the purpose of a university, not caring about how you feel. I believe our post-secondary institutions as they stand are a threat to the very society that supports them, and the people, the professors and the administrators are the source of this threat. Replacing them will eliminate this threat. Now on to the high schools in Ontario. If you have listened to my earlier videos, you will know I intend to make the Roman Catholic school system here in Ontario whites only. My video Feminism is Cancer goes into the life path women will experience under a true justice government, so I won't repeat it here. In this video, I will just say that high school education will have different streams, just like it was when I was in high school. There will be a 4-year service stream where you will be expected to be placed in the service and hospitality industry, Real-world work experience will be part of this stream whenever possible. The idea of this stream is to instill a work ethic of politeness and punctuality in the students. You will not be expected to attend post-secondary education. There will be a 4-year technical stream for the majority of students. This will prepare them for some post-secondary education. Practical work skills will be emphasized. A 5-year professional stream for the top 20%, preparing them for knowledge jobs, will exist. Complex problem solving will be the focus of these students. It seems that the focus of high school now is the production of knowledge workers. Failing to make it as a knowledge worker seems to be treated as a failure. True justice will bring back the dignity of working with your hands. The elitism that pervades university, whereby the university-educated elites treat the working class like garbage, will not be reflected in our schools. Your vocation will be seen as a service to your God and a fellow man. Performing your vocation well will be seen as pleasing to God and man. The essential dignity of work will return as a virtue. These are my ideas on education. We need a cleansing fire for the universities, and we need to bring options back to high school. Chatelet brothers and sisters.